Good morning and welcome to the United Spirit Arena here on the campus of Texas Tech University, where we come today to welcome home one of our own, the 15th head coach in school history, Coach Kliff Kingsbury. At this time, it is my honor to introduce to you the man who helped make this happen in his second year as Director of Athletics at Texas Tech University. Please welcome Kirby Hocutt.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's a great time to be a Red Raider. All right. Welcome to the United Spirit Arena as we formally introduce to you the new head coach of your Texas Tech Red Raiders. Last Saturday, 6 days ago, we said we wanted to identify a winner. Mission accomplished. Last Saturday, we said we wanted to identify somebody who knows the fabric of West Texas, somebody who wants to be at Texas Tech. Mission accomplished. It is only very fitting that today, prior to graduation, we celebrate the homecoming of Kliff Kingsbury. In just a few hours, thousands of Texas Tech students will walk across this very stage and permanently join the Red Raider family as they receive their diploma. Let us not forget that when Kliff Kingsbury walked across this very stage and received his diploma, he had just received the award as the Academic All-American College Football Player of the Year. Kliff is a great representative for our university, for our student body, and our student athletes. I do want to take a moment to thank the leadership of our great university for their continued trust, their continued support as we focus on educating, serving, and growing fearless champions. The support, the trust, the leadership from Dr. Lawrence Skuvanek, from Chancellor Kent Hance, as well as that from Chairman Jerry Turner, Vice Chairman Mickey Long, and fellow members of the Board of Regents allowed us to move through this process very quickly to get where we are today, and that is the beginning of a new chapter in a very proud history of Texas Tech football. I have to confide in you, there was only one time in the course of the last 6 days that I became concerned about finishing this process and securing Coach Kingsbury as our next head coach. On Wednesday afternoon, Dr. Skuvanek, Chancellor Hance, and I flew to Austin to meet with Kliff at the Chancellor's home. And we arrived, and Kliff was there already, and we went into the Chancellor's home, and we exchanged pleasantries. And we walked through the house, and we went to the back porch. We wanted to see the view from behind the Chancellor's home there, and it was beautiful. There was not a person in sight. There was not a sound around a half a mile from where we were. But in that conversation, as we were getting ready to go back into the house, the Chancellor commented to me that he needed to check on the lawn service because there were leaves on his back patio. Nothing uncommon for this time of the year, but the Chancellor, with an eye for perfection, noted that, and you could tell he was not pleased. We moved on from the back porch into the living room where we took our seats. Kliff was seated in front of a large window with about a 20-foot shrub that had grown up. It provided some shade for where we were sitting. It provided some privacy. I was seated to Kliff's right. Dr. Skuvanek was seated to my right, and to Dr. Skuvanek's right was the Chancellor. Well, I opened the conversation with some thoughts, and then I asked Kliff if he would share his journey and would share his experience with the Chancellor and the President. And about 30 seconds into Kliff starting to share his story, over his shoulder, this bush starts disappearing a foot at a time. All I can see is this machete-like instrument going whoosh, whoosh. Dr. Skuvanek and I make eye contact. About that time, there are about 3 weed eaters, multiple lawnmowers, 2 blowers on the back patio, and I'm thinking, my goodness, the Aggies have found us and they're trying to ruin our day. Well, just like we have seen multiple times, we've watched Darren Moore run to the corner of that end zone, and we've watched Darren Moore make a leap above the cornerback and make an outstanding catch. The chancellor from his seat leaped higher than I've ever seen anybody leap before. I thought it was Darren Moore going up for a touchdown pass, and in one fell swoop, the chancellor made some type of gesture to the lawn crew, and I, in my whole life, have never seen a lawn service complete their work with such speed and efficiency. Chancellor, you saved the day. Good work. And needless to say, the meeting went great. Red Raider Nation, we ride together. Since Wednesday, the pride and the excitement has been unlike anything I've ever seen before. And as the Matador song says, we indeed bear our banners far and wide. This is our time. This is our time to rise up higher than ever before. And it's our time to show this country how proud we are and how special it is to be at Texas Tech. Our future is bright. Just this morning, our Board of Regents celebrated and honored Cody Davis for being an academic All-American. Just this morning, our Board of Regents celebrated our women's soccer team for having their best season in program history and advancing to the second round of the NCAA tournament. And just this morning, our Board of Regents recognized and celebrated Kennedy Kathuka, our great cross-country runner, for winning the national championship. Very simply, our goal is to be the best intercollegiate athletics program in the country, and working together, we are going to get there. Just as President Horn said in 1925, everything that is done on these West Texas plains ought to be on a big scale. Let our thoughts be big thoughts and broad thoughts, and let our thinking be in worldwide terms. Red Raiders, let's show our support to this year's football team. Let's sell out Reliance Stadium on December the 28th. Simply said, we need you there. Our football team needs you there. And as the Red Raiders have done each and every time, I thank you in advance for answering that call, and I thank you for being there on December the 28th. What an exciting time to be a Red Raider. One of the greats of all time is with us today, E.J. Holub. E.J. and his wife Sandy are with us. Our new head coach, when he was a student athlete, won the E.J. Holub Double Tough Award. Double tough, E.J. Yes, sir. Red Raider Nation, welcome with me, your new head coach, Kliff Kingsbury.
Well, it's good to be home, let me tell you. It's good to be home. I'll go ahead and have a seat. I find a little poetic today that it's a classic windy West Texas day. And I'm going on record that I actually enjoy the wind. You'll never hear me complain about it. Before I get started, I'd like to thank a bunch of people, obviously, but Kirby, Mr. Hans, Dr. Skubanek, all the regents, give me this opportunity to really live out my dream and become the head coach at Texas Tech. It means the world to me, and I appreciate that opportunity. These last 2 days, the support, the outpouring of support has been incredible. It's made me feel at home. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that from the fans. Every former player that I've played against, when I meet them, the first thing they want to talk about is the fans at Texas Tech and how they hated playing there. And that's a credit to Texas Tech Nation, the Red Raider Nation, And we don't have the biggest stadium, but we have the rowdiest. And I love that place, and I can't wait to get back in it. The people of West Texas in general, I've played football in 3 countries, 9 different cities, and have found no finer people than that of West Texas. It's a different type of person, friendly, warm, caring, and makes you feel at home. And I'm so thankful to be back amongst y'all, so thank you. When I got into coaching, went to the University of Houston, that was a business decision. When I went to that other university, that was definitely a business decision. But being here now, this is personal to me. This is where I want to be. This is a place that has helped shape me as a man. It's given me so much. All the best friends I have in the world I met at this place. And I'm just honored and humbled to be a part of this and be able to coach at your university. So thank you. I'm going to bring in a young, energetic staff. There'll be some former Red Raiders joining me, some guys that care about this place, love this place like I do, and we can't wait to hit the ground running and get this thing rolling again. We're going to recruit hard. I'm a guy who's always believed it's about players, not plays, and we have to hit the state hard, and we're going to do that. That's a big part of my mission here, is to get that recruiting going and get the best players in the state out to the Texas Plains. We're gonna believe in developing young men. That's why I got into this. I was fortunate to go on and play for a few years. Football's been great to me, and I love giving back to this game. I love recruiting good people, good student athletes, and people that y'all will be proud of after they're done playing and go on being productive members of society. And that's my main goal being here. Thank you. As far as the football goes, I'm more of a walking type guy, not a talking type guy, so I'll let y'all see that in the fall, but it's going to be an exciting brand of football. We're going to be attacking on both sides of the ball. We're going to play with confidence. Kids are going to have fun. They're going to have swagger, and you'll enjoy this next year's team, I promise you. Like Mr. Hokut said, that bowl game's a huge deal. Those seniors, they've been through 2 coaching chains. They've been through a lot. They've given us a lot. We owe it to them to sell that bowl game out and have a good showing there. So everybody make sure y'all go to that bowl game and watch us win that game. The last thing I'll say, I'll be brief. I just want to thank y'all so much for coming out. I can't tell you how much it's meant to me. It was hard leaving that other university. I had built a great relationship with those players. But the outpouring I've seen, this is why I've always meant to be, and I can't tell you how thankful I am. One last request I have of Kirby was going to see if there's any way possible we could get Cincinnati on the schedule next year. Yeah.
At this time, we'll begin the question and answer portion of our news conference. Members of the media, we ask that you identify yourself and your affiliation so that Kliff can get to know you. Our first question today will come from Nick Kosmider with the Lubbock Avalanche Journal.
Welcome back, Kliff. Now that you've had a few days to kind of digest it a little bit, what is the biggest challenge that you see yourself facing moving from offensive coordinator to head coach?
I haven't had time to really think about it. I do know it's a situation that's not broken. It was a 7-5 team. Could have been easily 10-2, 11-1, so I'm excited about it. There's tons of talent there, and I look forward to great things next year.
Rob Brennan, 1340 KKAM. Kliff, you're a guy that I've seen past interviews of you where you enjoy playing football. Football's been your life. Playing in the NFL has always seemed to be a goal for you, but now you're back coaching. How proud is your father for where you are? And did you see yourself being 33, being a head coach at Texas Tech?
My dad's fired up. He sent me a text right after I got it, said, you mean I can throw all this maroon away now? So he's, some of his greatest moments with my mom were coming out here. They met some of the best friends in their entire lives out here watching me play. So this means the world to them. And like I said, just to have the opportunity to be back out here at a place that I love and give back to this place means the world to me.
Don Williams from the Lubbock Avalanche Journal. Kliff, to what extent will the offense look like the offense since you played in here under Mike, and how have you evolved it and put your own stamp on it?
It'll be different. We adapt to personnel everywhere we've gone. At Houston, we led the nation in passing. Last year, we led the SEC in rushing. So we'll adapt to the personnel we have and play to our strengths. And the bottom line is scoring points and getting first downs, stopping people on defense, and winning ball games. So we'll go from there.
Coach Kingsbury, Nick James with Fox 34 here in Lubbock. I just want to ask you the whirlwind. You were at UH, then you were at the other university, then you were at the Heisman Trophy presentation. Can you just kind of wrap up and sum up the whole year and a half, 2 years of what this has all been like for you?
Yeah, it's been a dream come true. We've had some success these last 2 years and met a bunch of great kids. But to end up here in this fashion, the way it all played out, some things are just meant to be, and I'm fired up to be here.
Kliff, David Collier, KMAC 28. I know you haven't had much time here, but could you talk about what you have at quarterback this year? A lot of people excited about the future with Michael Brewer.
Yeah, I haven't looked at much of it. I knew Michael in high school was a winner, won a bunch of state championships, and that's number one when you're looking at quarterbacks. And I'm sure there's other guys there. Haven't had a chance to really examine it, but excited to get to work with that group.
Chuck Hines, Double T 1043 Radio. Coach, would you talk about what you said to the team earlier today and the message that you gave them?
I would. I can't say exactly what I said because it would not be appropriate, but I was just letting them know how proud and humbled I was to be back at a university where I love, and this was, like I said to y'all, it's a personal deal for me. This is a huge opportunity, but even more so to give back to this place and try to make this place great, which is what it deserves. It means the world.
Kliff, Matt Roberts, KLBK. Talk about what it means to you to come back here and try to get this thing back on track and be the guy to get Texas Tech back where they want it.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I don't think it's off track. It's a great situation. Red Raider Nation is always behind their people and their players, and so I couldn't have come into a better situation with a great athletic director, great support, and a really good team coming back next year. So.
Kliff, Pete Christie, Channel 11. What can we expect defensively from the Red Raiders?
Yeah, we're going to be an attacking defense. We're going to try to dictate what the offense does. I haven't named a defense coordinator yet, but that'll happen here shortly. But yeah, it'll be a lot of different looks, changing things up, and coming after people. Very aggressive.
Okay, guys, thank you very much. Welcome, Coach Kliff Kingsbury.
Thanks, y'all.
Thanks.